and I'm currently working in the financial industry. Um, I don't know how long it's been actually, but it's been a hot minute. But I have definitely entered into a leadership role, which has brought about some pretty incredible opportunities. But along with those opportunities have come some challenges. So I'll be getting some of Margaret's ideas on those a little bit later. And I'd love to introduce you to the most incredible woman, Miss Margaret Loperena.
Hi, everyone. My name is Margaret Loperena, and it is just a pleasure to be with you guys tonight. And I hope our topic would be interesting to you guys so you can reach out and talk to one of us or both of us, however you see fit. I have been in the industry for 34 years, soon will be 35, and have seen a lot of changes in the industry. Most of them are very good for us as women. So with that, Sasha, back to you.
All right. Well, why don't we just dig in? Because I want to talk to you tonight, Margaret. So let's go ahead and get started. You and I were talking earlier today, actually, and I was thinking about my grandmother. I was blessed to spend so much time with my grandparents, but some of the stories that I heard as I got older and I was preparing to go to college and live my best life, I found really intriguing about how women were treated originally, back in the day when they entered the workforce. Have you heard any stories similar to that?
Oh, yes. And in the 80s, I have experienced some of those treatments, which was not very pleasant at the time, but I learned, I learned from it because it was a male dominated industry. And I just didn't know what to do. So I was like all the rest of the ladies, I followed the leader.
Absolutely. That's what makes it fun to be a leader, right?
Yes.
We've all seen the TV shows like Mad Men and, other shows where not all that impressive with how women were treated. But I've heard stories, depending on what industry they were working in, these rules were made by men for men. For
Right.
example, keep your hair pulled back, no makeup, no perfume, no nail polish. Like just be hidden. We don't want to see you. We don't want to hear you. You can't be a distraction for the men who are doing the real work. Yeah, just completely absurd things. But I think that some of that is still impacting us today. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yes, it is impacting us today, some of the things, because there are
Before you
men.
share that, Miss Margaret, I'm going to just interrupt you real quick here and just let everybody know to welcome Jody, who was having some technical difficulties earlier, and she is with us now. So, Jody, we're kind of talking about some of our past experiences or stories we've heard about people from back in the day and their experiences in the workplace. So, Margaret, I'm sorry that I interrupted. Please share your story.
As I was saying, I would agree with you that the rules and all the things that we had to do was really created by a man, not a female. But back in the day, when I was working, it was like, okay, you could be a clerk typist, or you can go get the coffee, or
Mhm.
you go down the hall and make copies. And that I was just glad to have a job at the time. I didn't realize
I
that I could have
understand
been
that.
doing more.
I'm just thinking so many things from the past, of course, affect us until somebody takes a stand. And these rules that were made by men, I'm done with it. I found that and this was when I was teaching. For those of you watching, I taught economics and other business related courses at a couple of colleges. And I had to wear a power suit, and I pulled my hair back, and I didn't walk into those faculty senate meetings dressed like I wanted to be dressed. I was still conforming, trying to look all macho and tough, and so that they would take me seriously. I should be taken seriously no matter what I'm wearing. Whether I've got my hair down, which you can't really tell because of my bad lighting tonight, or it's pulled up in a bun, that's irrelevant. My value is right here, and that will be taken seriously. And I'm making my own rules now. I wear what I want to wear, and nobody. Sorry to all those guys in the company that might be watching. Y'all know it's true. I appreciate your support and the fact that you don't fight me on it. Love you all. You're the best. But it is true. I make my own rules, and I'm done dressing like I felt like I needed to dress. And it's such a small thing, but it feels good, you know? Have you kind of thought to make any changes being the only female in the industry for the longest time, in your area? What did you have to fight against?
Oh, I fought against, well, you can't do that.
Hold my beer.
and I was so green. I asked the question, well, why not? I didn't understand. I didn't understand. When someone tell you, you see you can do something, and then you're told you can't do that. And like a child, why not? I mean, we can do this and this and this. Why you don't want me to do it? It was crazy. It was just crazy.
Margaret, you were there. You probably remember this, but the founder of our company told me no the very first day I met him. And we kind of ended the conversation, and I thought, watch me. And I walked over there, and I did exactly what he said no to. And it was a huge hit. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. And I still laugh about it to this day,
yeah.
because he got to know the strong, confident, kind of rebellious Sasha on day one. Now, Jody, what about you, my friend? Have you had to kind of break through some of those older ways of thinking?
I feel like I am still breaking through. I am still trying to get rid of that stigma that only this is a man's business, and the thing is the weirdest thing is that the people that I'm bringing forward are all women, and when I sit down and I have a conversation in regard to how does money work, they're all ears, and I'm like, you can do what I'm doing. If I can do it, anybody can. And the fact of the matter is they're listening. They're listening. I have a woman in my company, the brokerage that I'm with for Medicare, who started when she was 68.
Good for her.
Yeah, she got her license and she started her agency when she was 68. She's 73 now, and she's the top sub agency in the company.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah,
that's incredible. We're going to talk more about that comment you just made in a little bit, in a few more slides, about bringing women with you. I'm really excited to talk about that. And I think it's time to maybe move on. It is time to let go of the past, acknowledge that we have the power to embrace today and to make our own rules. I mean, don't show up to work in a corset, or do. I don't care. But we get to decide. And that's kind of the point. As women, I think this is what we were talking about before. This has just been ignored for so long. We've tried to hide the fact that we're women instead of embracing it and celebrating it. It's not only, the stuff that's within us due to, evolution or creation or however that works, but also how girls tend to be raised in our country. That gives us a really big advantage over the guys in a lot of areas. What do you think about that, Jody?
oh, absolutely. I mean, honestly, I think that Oh, I don't know, give it to a woman and things get done. You know, I mean, I just
Stories about that I can't even share because I'm kind of in the midst of it right now. But yes, yes.
yeah, so there's a lot, I started in this business 20 years ago with my husband.
Mhm.
And honestly, my husband was not cut out for this. He went back to his construction company and flourished there for many years. But I stuck it out. I stayed with it, and I love this business, and the reason why is because I love people. Helping
Oh,
people. You know what I'm saying?
that's incredible. Absolutely. I think that the more we talk together, the more we collaborate and build each other up, the more that companies will have to take notice of us. And before I go to Margaret, I'm just going to briefly share something from the Obama situation or administration, not situation. He's fine, y'all. He's fine. There's no situation to my knowledge. But his female staffers were saying that they did not feel they were being heard or recognized. And they actually came up with a plan that fixed that problem. And we're going to touch on that in a couple more slides because there are things that we can do as individual women, and there are things that we can do as a group of women. So stay tuned for that. Margaret, did you have something that you wanted to share?
Well, basically women are generous. They're givers. So in the workplace, they tend to be able to encourage the workers around them, and the workers can thrive, because of them.
That is so true. I mean, I've experienced that. I've had male and female managers over me at Citibank and in other leadership roles, within my other companies. And there is a big difference in the leadership styles. Absolutely. Well, let's
Well,
take a look here. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Go ahead, Margaret.
yeah, go ahead.
Were you going to add something to
I,
the
I was
generous?
just, I was going to add that women are great inspirers. They can inspire someone to be better than who they think they are. They can be better. And they can also encourage them in a way where they would do more, because they have someone else believing in them besides
Yes.
themselves. Mhm.
So we see, like a boost in the morale of the
Right,
individuals, but also in the productivity and in
right.
their accomplishments. And that's a skill. And it's a skill
Yes,
that's hard to teach people. It's something that, I am so blessed to know so many women that because of our roles in life, including marriage and raising children, we kind of develop these skills naturally.
that's
And it's
true.
time we put them to use in our roles.
That's true.
Absolutely. Thank you
That's
so
true.
much, Margaret and Jody. And
Yeah.
that just brings me into our different roles. And for those of you watching, those are me with my children and my beautiful daughter-in-law. And I now have 2 grandchildren. So work-life balance, that's a struggle. And I know Margaret's got some ideas on that one. Go for it, Margaret.
Work-life balance. No such thing.
Free.
It's just life. It's just life. You just have to take it however it comes and just kind of sort it out.
That is so true. And when I realized that, so much of my stress went away because it was
Yeah.
really just society telling me I needed to have work-life balance and all the pressure that, we put on ourselves. No, it's just life and I am running with it and I am having the best time. What about you, Jody? Do you have any
Oh,
thoughts on, our
oh my
different
goodness.
skill sets or balance
Well, I only had 4 children.
only? Only. Yeah, if you can fit it on one hand, I don't want to hear about it. No.
I only had 4 children. So all I know is I always felt like by the time the last one's graduated, I'll finally have it all figured out. And then they'll be gone.
Yep. My
Yeah.
youngest is 12, and it is very different now that they're older. They're on their own. They cook the meals, they do the laundry. Mama's building a business. It's
There you
been
go.
fantastic. What about teamwork?
Well,
Margaret, you have any thoughts?
yes, women value teams. They're known for valuing relationships with others. And with that trait brought into the marketplace or workplace, it can result in building a great team that that contributes towards getting the job done. If you have a team and you got a big project, you can get it done quicker and better, more efficient.
Yes. Oh, that's so true. One of my favorite parts of working in this industry is leading a team. I love to be everybody's biggest cheerleader and inspire people and just praise them for everything that they do. And I think that that's because of my past experience and feeling unappreciated and feeling that all of my hard work was going unnoticed. And so I'm able to take those experiences and counteract that by pouring into my team. And I,
That's
for
right.
one, I really enjoy that. So
Yes.
what about multitasking, ladies? How you doing at that?
Yeah, I got that down pretty good. I can, as you can tell, I was probably doing my little texting while I'm doing this, but just the thought process of my whole family's in Orlando and making sure they're all checked in and I'm here and I just got to make sure that I know what teamwork and collaboration is all about. Yes. we've got it going on in multitasking. So it's something that we have to work on. Teamwork. Right now I'm working with just to put it on in a team setting, my my swim team, we've just started to break out into parent committees and get all that going, and it's a lot of fun. I've got a lot of
yay,
experience
more
in that, but
committees. Yay.
yes. So
Sign me up.
team, we definitely we know how to get the job done. That's all. That's about it.
It's so funny because at one point today, I was building a website. I was on the phone with somebody while I was in a Zoom meeting with somebody, while I was texting somebody, while I was emailing somebody, and still managing to get it all done. Because somehow, and we've shown the pictures. I should have thought to include the picture that Sharon Lecter actually shared with us a couple of weeks ago of a woman's brain and just the connections. We're coming at it from every angle, guys. That's why you can never win an argument. We see everything, we know everything, and we never forget. So that is a benefit in the workplace. Not necessarily at home, but in the workplace, absolutely.
Yes.
And, I think all of that just translates into our abilities and how can we use that and really incorporate that into our work environment and into our leadership roles to not only have success, but to help others have success.
That's right. Well, first of all, women are very persuasive.
Yes.
They're willing to build relationships. And it's not surprising that they are persuasive leaders in the workplace. That part is because they tend to be empathetic listeners, learning about other people in ways that will enable them to appeal to their unique needs and sensibilities. As a result of that, a woman can understand the objectives or concerns of others, or may have known how to efficiently formulate the right response. Different people have different situations. They have the right response that will be appropriate for either. What do you think?
Find that to be very, very true. That is so true. And I think for me, I can be very persuasive. You've witnessed that. Great things have happened because of that. But I still struggle with perception. And so I want everybody to like me. So I am nice and sweet and positive, but then that's viewed as lacking confidence or leadership skills. So then I flip it and I am confident and assertive with my abilities. Well, now you're labeled as aggressive or bitchy. Pardon my English, people, but that's the word. And so it's really walking that fine line, because as a woman, it is not my job to protect the male ego in the workplace. Go seek counseling or therapy. Go home to your wife. Go talk with your buddies. It's not my job. I should be able to be assertive, respectful, and kind, absolutely, but assertive and confident without having to, pat them on the head and say, oh, you're the best. We've got to be able to just acknowledge each other as equals, and each of us be responsible for ourselves. And I think we'll thrive, but that is a fine line, and I'm still learning to walk it. What about you, Jody?
Yes. Being persuasive, that comes along with, right along with sales, if you're by this time, if you're not persuasive, you're probably not in the business. You probably figured something else out to do. And the main thing is to have fun with it. I always told people, if you're not enjoying it, then this isn't for you. You should probably go find something that you can enjoy and smile about, because this is a very, it's a very persuasive job. You have to be able to know what your product is and explain it, and then also sell it. And sometimes, as a woman, it doesn't come off as, you don't come off as knowledgeable. Are you sure you know what you're talking about? And it's like, yes, I know exactly what I'm talking about. And, what more do you need?
Right.
I've explained everything. And I think I've gotten to the point where, I have a lot of clients that I can talk to, and they're males, and they trust me with whatever I come up with. I have the product in hand, and I know exactly what the ins and outs of each one of them are. So hey, ask me a question.
Yeah. I have this line that works so well for me, and it's really corny, but I'm always smiling. I love smiling and laughing and just being happy. Like, I'm just generally a very happy person. But when we're getting to that point in a conversation, I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but I get all serious and I say, so and so, you know me. It's worth a conversation. And then boom, I'm done. Like, I'm done. That's all I have to say. And they're like, here's my phone number. But I think it's really just, it's that steely look and that confidence. And I have had our leadership team in our current company, all male until we came around. They have really poured into myself, and I believe Margaret as well. And Jody, you're about to experience that. And it has been absolutely incredible. And so that confidence, that just feeling, it is 1,000 times more than it was even 9 months ago. Now, I don't know if they're happy about that. You got what you wanted. Let's see if you want what you got. But they do. It's fantastic. I love our company. But I think that just that balance, as we look here on the screen, of the interpersonal skills, combining that with the confidence, because what you know, Jody, and I know Margaret knows what she knows. People just need to understand that you are a woman of integrity, that you are confident in your abilities because you've worked your butt off to get to that, to get to that point. And I think it's okay to let that confidence shine through. And I see it in both of you, and it just makes me smile.
Aww.
I love it. And that brings me to our sisterhood. This is my favorite part of our conversation. I love this so much. Go ahead, hon.
As women, we do have unique skills and talent. In order to get the organization to appreciate your unique skills, a woman must be vocal. Do you think
Yes.
she has to be vocal to even shout out loud with a megaphone? You know, you need to trust your own ability, and you need to just say it. And therefore, in that workplace with those special skills and talent, you will shine. You will shine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
And
you
then,
know, oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry. Go ahead,
in
Margaret.
some cases, women, some women are not confident enough to, how they say, ring your own bell or
Toot your own
whatever.
horn.
Yeah. But you can take that confidence and be a woman and not act like a man, and leverage your strength in a strong way. You can.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
But you know, I want to talk a little bit, I want to build on what you just said, because there are women that, because of how we're raised and even, you know, your birth order and just your past experiences, they're not comfortable doing that.
Right.
And I just want to give an example of what we actually have the power to do within our respective industries and organizations. Margaret and I started working closely together a little while ago, and Margaret is so humble. She's confident. She knows she's good, but she's also very humble. Well, we had a little interaction, and I called my sales manager. I called the founder of the company, and I know I called one of the other guys on the leadership team. I can't recall who right now. And I basically said, I have got a story to tell you. Let me tell you who Margaret Loperena is. And I shared this story, and they were like, wow, you're kidding me. Are you really? And I'm like, that's who Margaret is. And I made sure every last one of them knew it. Why? Because that's my job. And you know, I look at the first point on this slide that we can be, I apologize, everybody. My children knew I was in a live webinar and they just used the ice machine. So that child will, you know, thoroughly be punished in a moment. But, you know, we look at that first bullet point, and as women, especially in leadership roles, we really need to almost be sponsoring other women, acting as their mentors, being a sounding board for them, collaborating with them, helping them to get plugged in to different opportunities, tools, resources, etc. You know, and just lifting up. And Jody had talked about that earlier. How many women can you bring with you?
Yes.
And I find there's a lot of women that are stuck in high school. They still have that mean girl attitude. It's all about what's for me, you know, what's in it for me. And I'm going to secretly make phone calls and I'm going to tear down these other women. You don't have to do that. Don't be that kind of woman. If you can help other women succeed, even if they surpass you, cheer them on and look for the next woman. That's what a true queen would do. There's a lot of women out there in social media calling themselves queens because they're an entrepreneur or they're in leadership or whatever. And I'm sure many of them are. I follow quite a few that I just have the utmost respect for. But the ones that aren't building up other women, yeah, block. I've got no time for that kind of selfish attitude. What are y'all's thoughts about some of the other things we're looking at here?
Well, first of all, I think it's good to encourage and lift up your sister. I really do, because we have been held down for so long and for so many different reasons. It's time for us to build on what we have.
Yes, absolutely. Jody, you have any thoughts?
Oh yes. I mean,
Well, we've
have-
only got an hour, so we could have done just this slide tonight.
I just, you know, the women do so much in our community. They're our nail stylists, our hair stylists. They're the people that we trust, and we have faith in everything that we do. And when I talk to a person about deviating, changing, and doing something out of the box, let's think out of the box. You know, some people are really afraid to move, to take that step forward. I have talked to about 3 women. One of them is 73. Okay. And she used to sell millions of dollars worth of real estate. And she wants to move forward like a bull out of a pen. She just can't wait. So I mean, I
Sounds
told
like
her,
my kind of girl.
yeah, I'm just like, okay, you're gonna do this. But yes, then there's the power of no. She's not ready yet. Okay, very good. When you're ready, we're always here. When you're ready, we're always here. And I will tell you, when she's ready, you guys will know her and you will laugh. You will have fun. She's a hoot.
You know, I want to address the last point because it's the one that I've had the most fun with over the last year. I was so quiet at this big convention that we went to last year for our company in Atlanta because, you know, the boys were talking. It was the male leadership team. I would kind of just move up alongside what, you know, whatever guy was on the outside and just nod my head or, you know, just try to be part of the group. And now, you know, 9 months later, I walk right up to him and I'm just there. I am, you know, one of the gentlemen on the leadership team on Tuesday called me a force of nature. And I'm thinking, oh, my friend, I'm just getting started. Like I'm still being nice and sweet. I'm just getting started. But just, you know, it's the power of that collaborative effort that really hits on point number 2 of building your confidence. Because I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of and what I can do. And I
Yes.
deserve to stand in that group of men and have my voice be heard. And so
Yes.
that's a hashtag I've adopted on a lot of my social media stuff is hashtag be seen, be heard, because that's kind of how I'm choosing to live my life now.
Nice.
And I like it. So
Why-
everybody use that hashtag, be seen, be heard. Share your
That's
stories.
right.
We want to hear them. We want to hear them. So let's keep going. Actually, you know what, Margaret? Did you already share what your thoughts were on what were we going to talk about here? I'm trying
Oh,
to
we did.
remember. I
I
thought I
did. I
interrupted
did.
you, but you did.
I
Okay,
did.
good. All right. I didn't want to interrupt you. So, you know, everything that we've been talking about, really, I think the ultimate question is how can we use all of that and grow and advance and excel in whatever industry we're in, whether you're in real estate or you're in leadership at your church, you're in the financial sector, maybe you're in higher education, which is even more, you know, the good old boys club, they're doing great, alive and well. What can we do as women?
Well, Sasha, you're the one that called me today and you literally blew me away. So I am thankful because I feel like you opened up the door to my dreams. And I don't think anybody
Wow.
else could have done that. I don't think it would be Delfino or anyone, any of the good old boys. Literally,
Wow, Jody, I'm gonna have to redo my makeup before my date tonight. Oh my God.
you know, just telling me I could do it, and it's just stuff I've done all my life, but now I could do what and it's like you saw in me something I didn't see in myself, and I was just like, I'm gonna do this. So this is how you use your skills to see my skills, and now I'm gonna grow, advance, and excel. Does that make sense?
And you're gonna look at the next woman and you're gonna see the queen in her and you're
Yes.
gonna make her believe it.
Right.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, everybody, I'm done. Show's over.
Yes. We're all queens and princesses, and we need to act accordingly. You know, just say what you want and get the things that you deserve.
Absolutely. You know,
That's it.
Jody, based on what you just shared, I want to share that I was struggling to find my place within the company. And I had this amazing idea to broker this deal. And it wasn't going the way it needed to. The president of this organization called and left me a message, I think it was. And I called Margaret and I told her about it. And Margaret said exactly what I needed to hear. And I got in my car and I drove all the way there to the parking lot. I knew the guy's truck because it's the only Ford truck in a parking lot full of Dodge Rams. And I waited for him and I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
And that was because of Margaret. And so I think, oh my gosh, this just really shows women, if you're watching this, you have so much more power than you believe you do. You have the power to really change not only your own life, but the lives of everyone around you. You just have to be willing to do it. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to be looking for the good in others and actually want the best for others. You have to have the right heart and the right attitude. And I'm so grateful for both of you because you do. And I'm just excited to be working with you and collaborating and sharing. And, you know, if anybody's watching this, we are in the financial industry and we are on 3 different teams, which means I don't benefit financially from anything that Margaret or Jody managed to accomplish. And they're going to accomplish great things. So why are we working together? And I think this slide just demonstrated why. So ladies, just, mwah, I love you both. Fantastic. Let's keep going before I get all, you know, sappy again. But for those of you watching, I just have to say, you know, what is it, ladies? I think we're still, national average is women are making 82 cents on the dollar, which ends up being about a $10,000 difference over the course of a year. I could do so much with $10,000. I mean, I've had 9 kids. I would love 10 grand to get a tummy tuck. Come on, let's be honest. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Well, at our company, yeah, it was a male-dominated company. Not anymore, boys. Not anymore. The women are rising up. For every dollar that the founder of our company gets paid, I get paid $1. It's equal. Jody makes $1. Margaret makes $1. Doesn't matter what your gender is, your race, your nationality, religion, sexuality, I don't know, all the federally protected classes. None of them matter. If you've got the right attitude and a desire to work with an awesome team and an awesome company, let me show you this works. It's worth a conversation. No, seriously though, seriously, it is worth a conversation. What do you guys want to share about your experience and just why you're excited to be with Virtual Financial and with this woman's team?
Oh, wow. Let me share first. First of all, I'm just happy that I'm able to work with great women. I am very, very happy. I have experienced the other side, where what you call them, the high school girls.
The mean girls.
Yeah, the mean girls. And I wasn't about that. I was just, I had a mortgage. I still have a mortgage, but I had a mortgage and I didn't have time to play the games. So I am just so grateful to have you two on my team. I am grateful.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's empowering.
Yes.
Because we can rely on each other and lift each other up and teach each other just things that, you know, throughout the day that we, you know, one person may not be aware of. So it's empowerment.
I love it. And, you know, even though we've got this amazing group of women at Virtual Financial, we have had nothing but support from the male leadership. I mean,
Yes.
They are just pouring into us. They are encouraging our growth and development. And I mean, it's been absolutely incredible. There is no man versus woman here. We're all one team. And if you
Yes.
come to work with us, you're not even joining our team. We're joining your team. And
Yes.
we all, as a company team, work together to help you figure out what your dreams are, what your goals are, and how to get there. And if there's anything we can do to support you, encourage you, inspire you, empower you, we all come together to do that. Like I did for Jody this morning, and like Margaret has done for me a million times, just a million times. And so, man or woman, we take the best from both and we work together. And when that collaboration happens, it's amazing. And that is why we are exploding right now. And we're going to the top. There's no looking back anymore. And we want to bring as many women, and guys too, if you're watching, but as many women with us as possible. And it's never too late. I think it was Jody that shared a woman had started when she was 68. We've got stay-at-home moms. We've got real estate agents, mortgage loan officers, retired teachers. It's never too late. You know, there's a lot of different roles and opportunities within our company. It's not just a one size fits all. We find what works for you. So
Exactly.
I have to apologize to Miss Jody. Jody, you know, was able to clear her schedule and join us tonight. And because I was doing such a great job multitasking, I missed something. So Jody, I'm going to need you to share your information. If somebody wants to work with you, what's a good number for them to reach you at?
Okay. It's Jody Sanders. My direct line is 727-202-9188.
And can you repeat that one more time?
727-202-9188.
Do I need to look up your number?
202-9188. Again,
Y'all
727.
want to work with Jody and you didn't get that number, shoot me a text and just say, send me Jody's number and I'll send it to you. If you want to work with myself or Margaret, you can see that on the screen. We'll make sure that Jody's information is there next time. And I just want to thank everybody that has watched this. I hope you found the information valuable. I hope you'll take it and use it to start a conversation with the women in your environment, whatever your industry, whatever organization that you're a part of. We need to start talking about some of these things. And that's how we're going to not only be able to bring about positive change in our respective fields, but also help one another push towards success. You know, it's just so much easier. We are stronger together, ladies. So on that note, thank you so much for joining us. And I hope you have a wonderful night, everybody.
Thank you.